What's up? So it is 19:21 p.m. It is Monday night. So I figured to do a versus series vid. I haven't done one of them in a long time. And this one was inspired by Everything Geek on Twitter. And what they posted was who would win in the versus match? Uh, Vader versus Iron Man. And me being analytical as fuck. Because as I'm always attention to detail, and I'm always like, you can't just go based on one person, because then that's biased. But I can be biased and still give an honest opinion on a fight. So, naturally, I'm like Iron Man all the way, because Vader sucks. I don't give a fuck about Vader at all. I don't care. um, what else was there? But I looked at it from an analytical process, from the analytical angle of it. And, naturally I asked the smart questions. Because everybody's like, oh, yeah, Vader will do it. He'll beat them all the way. Like, no. So I asked him, like, which versions? And he said, movie Vader versus 616 Iron Man. I'm like, okay. I'm like, which armor? And he said, virtual armor. I'm like, okay. And I did my research on the virtual armor while I was eating dinner. I was like, okay, that works. So, if it, in a neutral area as well, because I'm always like, if it's a crossover, there's going to be handicaps, detractions, and all that shit, and so many implications as well. So, neutral zone, two of them, movie versus 616 armor, with 616 virtual armor. And, the fight could go either way, but if you're looking at it from an honest angle, it's definitely Tony that's going to take the victory. And I know I hear a lot of fanboys groaning in the background, like, you're full of shit. I'm like, we're talking about movie Vader. All he has in that is his suit, the Force, his lightsaber, his basic armor, which doesn't really do a whole lot, honestly. Like he'd be relying on his mild fighting skills, which aren't very much, and his light force powers. That's it. That's all he has. Whereas Tony has the virtual armor, his AI Friday. All it would take to win the match for Tony would be using multiple holograms to beat down Vader. Friday could easily hack Vader's suit and corrupt the systems, shut them down to where Vader's fighting for his life even worse because he can't breathe. And yeah, Tony would fucking take the fight. For real. Because when you look at Tony, he's been through a lot of fights. He's been in a lot of fucking wars too. He's fought interdimensional beings. He's fought in different universes. He has battled his personal demons. He has combat experience. And he has an armor for every fucking occasion. Like, it's no contest. Like, and this is totally without bias. Like, Tony has the upper hand. Because we're talking about Vader 4 through 6. Or 3 through 6, I guess. I don't know. I'll give him 3 through 6 just to be fair. Well, no, 4 through 6. Yeah, the OT. The garbage. Yeah, Tony would have the high advantage with that. Unless, Vader gets a well-timed force choke in, and that's the match. Or he cuts him down somehow. I don't know. But, but then again, it's like if it's a neutral zone, and I'm always analytical about shit. I'm like, would the repulsor beams, withstand lightsaber attacks? But that's just me. But yeah, in the neutral in the neutral zone where they have all their strength and shit, which Vader doesn't have very much of, because he really doesn't do much. He doesn't do much. Because this is physical fighting, not him and a TIE fighter and Tony in his suit. This is just, two guys fighting the fuck out with what they have. Tony would win because he is a strategist as well. Like, he plans ahead for everything. He has a contingency plan for all kinds of shit. If Friday hacks Vader's suit, that's the end of the fucking fight. If Vader four-strokes him, that's the end of the fight. So it could go either way. Vader could crush him in his fucking suit, or Tony could get the upper hand and beat him down, hack him, and that's that. But when you look at it statistically, Tony has the greater advantage. Sorry. So yeah, I would give the fight to Tony easily. Just for having all that experience in combat. Because he's fought so much shit. He's got more experience than Vader does. For three films versus Tony's experience. Tony's got the upper hand. Sorry. So, that's what I got for the verses. That was fun. But if you wanted to, really take it apart and really break it the fuck down, shit, we could do that too. But yeah, in that versus fight, Tony's the victor, easily. It would be a hell of a fight, but Tony would totally come out on top, easy. So, that's what I got. And I'll be back in a little bit with another video. Stay tuned.